This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The Ncaa Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weight. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome to Monday. Happy Monday. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today, we're going to check in with Guy Almquist, get his thoughts as the Capital Bruins continue to roll in the Western AA. And your Auto Contest Performance of the Week is coming up. If you want to get some nominations in, you can. At J Walker Sports, you can call in or text 406-209-1267. And we'll tell you that a little bit later on in the show. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports. Go to jasonwalkershow.com. Hope you had a great weekend. We did. I don't actually remember what I did. Oh, we took the little one skiing on Friday. That's why we didn't have a show. She went skiing for the first time, and she was fantastic. Like, not just bragging parent. She actually was awesome. And it was a lot of fun to watch her on the skis. She still says, she told her mom she loves golf more, though. So I got that going for me. All right. What'd you do? What'd you have fun with on the weekend? You can weigh in if you want. Again, at J Walker Sports. You can call in or text. We're also going to talk, Ed McCaffrey, the head coach at Northern Colorado, is under a little bit of fire, and the football program down there, because of some things going on, it appears, that are not good. And we'll talk to Jadyn Watson-Fisher, a reporter for the Greeley Tribune, who broke the story over the weekend, alleging players that are in the transfer portal that are alleging, NCAA possible violations as far as financial aid is concerned. And this has nothing to do really with playing time. It's kind of interesting. You're going to want to check that out here when she joins us in about 10 minutes or so. The opening segment of the Jason Walker Show is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. 3 distinct divisions so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. The milled log packages are logs of a consistent diameter, offering great versatility, beauty, and strength. You can contrast that with the handcraft division, each log individually crafted together to create your walls, trusses, and all the extra details only this type of construction has. And if your taste runs to timber frame construction and accents, Montana Custom Log Homes does everything from mortise and tenon joinery to steel joinery and every combination in between. Every house customized to you, made to order. Visit yourcustomlog.com. All right, so I hope you had a good weekend, like I said, and we definitely did. Congratulations, by the way, to Tanner Klumpf, who is the Gatorade. Let's try that one again. He is the Gatorade men's or boys cross country athlete of the year out of Missoula Sentinel. So last week they named the girls cross country. This week they do the boys. And Tanner Klumpf had won a state cross country or track and field team title with Sentinel. Was the AA individual cross country state crown, and now he is the Gatorade athlete of the year for boys cross country. He is a finalist for the final of the year. Hellgate's Kinsey May won it last week on the girls' side. So there you go. Let's see here. What else do we want to hit on first and foremost? Had a good time. By the way, mark this on your calendar. February 10th, no Jason Walker Show. We'll be down in Bozeman as we broadcast with SWX Montana, the Gallatin-Bozeman boys and girls doubleheader. That'll be a lot of fun on February the 10th. So no show there. Some of the nominees for your Auto Contest Performance of the Week are including some basketball on the college front, and that includes the Montana State men and women, who have combined to win 12 in a row. The Bobcat men, 7 straight wins, and the Bobcat women, 5 straight wins. You look at the women's standings in the Big Sky. Southern Utah, 7-1. You've got Idaho State, 9-2, and then Montana State at 7-2. The Lady Grizz sitting in 5th at 5-3, and because they're all messed up, not everybody has the exact same number of games played because of politics. Is what we're going to, basically it is now. On the men's side, the top 3 have combined to win 17 consecutive games. That will change this weekend because they will all meet up. Weber State is 9-1 in the league, has won 6 straight on the men's basketball side. Montana State, 7 straight wins, 8-2, and then the Grizz are 8-2 as well. They've won 4 straight. Those 3 teams, I believe, all play this weekend. I think the Grizz play at Weber Thursday, and then the Cats would play Weber on Saturday. Is that right? Or Friday, the Cats have... Saturday, the Cats are at Weber, and the Grizz are at Weber on Thursday. So there'll be a little bit of shakeup, potentially, in the Big Sky Conference men's basketball standings because they're all playing each other, the top 3, this week. It's going to be fun to watch in the Big Sky, for sure. No question about that. Speaking of the Big Sky, we will have some Big Sky football talk coming up here shortly, as there's some allegations of wrongdoing, basically, at Northern Colorado. So Greeley Tribune sports reporter Jadyn Watson-Fisher will join us and break that down for us. The Frontier Conference saw some good basketball over the weekend. How about Western, the Western women, with a big upset win over Rocky Mountain College in overtime? And what that does, with Carroll's win over Providence, that makes the Frontier a little bit tighter now. Rocky and Providence still on top, but now just a game ahead of Carroll, which had fallen 2 back. But Brindley Fitzgerald with a buzzer beater to send it to overtime, and then 7 points in OT in that 73-70 win over number 18 Rocky. And the Western women, that's a great win. 14-8 overall, 4-6 in the Frontier. Rocky now 20-3, 8-2. But we mentioned Providence losing, which to Carroll, which was a big win for the Carroll women, as they got that win, which they needed after losing to Rocky on Thursday night. So it was a big weekend in the Frontier. There's no question about that. Carroll men, 7 straight 20-win seasons. I mean, it's pretty good, right? I would think so. Let's see here. We want any, we're getting, okay, got a couple of emails as far as potential nominees for Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. If you want to get yours in, you can at Jaywalker Sports. You can also text us or call in 406-209-1267. What did you see over the weekend that was impressive? The NFL playoffs got the Super Bowl set. The Bengals and of Cincinnati, the Los Angeles Rams, the LA Rams of Anaheim. Just kidding. But it should be a good matchup. Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow. I was just sitting there watching. I don't talk a lot of NFL on this show because I just don't care about it as much as a lot. And it's not anything to do with politics or the last few years. I just haven't been an NFL fan for like 30 years. Anyway, pretty good games the weekend before and this weekend as well. But sitting there watching the end of the Kansas City game with Cincinnati and like, what is Patrick Mahomes doing? If he throws one of 2 balls away, Kansas City probably wins that game. Instead, he took a sack, and then he got basically sacked and fumbled on the game-tying field goal that sent it to OT. And now can we stop whining about overtime rules since Kansas City won the toss and then still lost the game? So can we stop? Last week it was all about, we have to change the overtime rules. Are we done with that now? Is that Does that work? Because it worked out? I mean, oh, goodness gracious. So, all right, there you go. Just a little bit of NFL chat here today. On this day in history, there's a couple of good ones coming up. Also, your Auto Contest Performance of the Week. We're going to talk to Guy Almquist, too. He did something cool, and he's been doing this for a while. The kids had some time off over the weekend, and he'll tell us how they filled in their time and what they did. Non-basketball related, which is needed, and it's cool sometimes, right? Because you don't always have to be about the basketball, especially even in basketball season. By the way, speaking of in season, anybody see the Bobcat performers yesterday? The NFLPA Collegiate Bowl. Was it yesterday or the day before? But Lance McCutcheon led the national team with 49 yards, 31 of which came on a great catch on the sideline. Almost got a touchdown out of it. Lewis Kidd as well, him and Lance McCutcheon on the national team for the win. Daniel Hardy had a couple of tackles for the American team, playing D-end and linebacker. It was a lot of fun to see those Bobcats doing well. I believe it's this week that you have Troy Anderson in the Senior Bowl. Is that this week, I think? Yeah, it is. And that'll be fun. I saw some of his numbers. You know, they always like to do how big their hands are and things like that. And he he's up there compared to guys from last year at the same position. So Troy Anderson's going to get a shot in the league. They say Daniel Hardy and Lewis Kidd may get shots in the league too, and hopefully McCutcheon does too. So it'd be fun to see some Bobcats. Colt Anderson, Cincinnati Bengals coach. Speaking of the Bengals, he's an assistant. He's heading to the Super Bowl. So there you go. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and there's some not good enough. 3, 2, 1. Thanks, Joe Biden, for hopping into my mouth today. Literally, not literally. Wow. Figuratively. Okay. Let's try this one again. There are some issues going on in Greeley, Colorado, with Northern Colorado football and Ed McCaffrey. And it's not just, another McCaffrey throwing clipboards into the stands. No, this one could be really bad. Got a lot of players entering the transfer portal, and reporter Jadyn Watson-Fisher will join us next to talk about it and what's being done, or is there anything being done? She'll join us next here on the Jason Walker Show. Opening segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. The walk and talk is what we like to call it. Let's see here. Oh, I got it. Okay, good text message. MSU Track, I think, is getting a recognition, a nomination for Auto Contest Performance of the Week from both last week and this week. That Bobcat track, indoor track and field team's doing amazing things. Anyway, Montana Custom Log Homes, family-owned and operated, veteran-owned, along with woman-owned, and 3 divisions, milled, handcrafted, and timber frame, project management services. They will customize to fit your budget. Get a hold of them at Montana Custom Log Home at yourcustomlog.com. All right, we'll come back. We'll talk Northern Colorado football coming up next. Guy Almquist just around the corner, too. Jason Walker Show on a Monday, presented by Capital Collision Center.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Monday. Still to come, Guy Almquist, Capital Boys coach. Bruins flying high in the AA. We'll talk to him about last week's games and also coming up this week. A couple of big ones, one on the road, one at home. On this day in history on the way, Auto Concepts Performance of the Week as well. And much, much more. Let's see here. Our good friend Kaylee Chartier is heading to Missouri to go to the Silver Gloves at the national tournament. And she's been on the show a bunch. We help sponsor her. But she is heading there this weekend. In fact, starting Wednesday, right? Do I have my days right? Yes, Wednesday through Saturday. So good luck to Kaylee. And she won state, she won regionals, and was scheduled to be on the show last week, but scheduling issues, or scheduling, anyway, you know what I'm saying. All right. Speaking of Auto Concepts nominations, Performance of the Week nominations, how about Brody Grebe? Had 35 and 33 on the weekend. Kate Erickson, Broadview Levina, putting up 41. Tyson Lemire of Box Elder, 35. Zoran Laframboise of St. Ignatius. Journey Emerson, Lame Deer, each with 31. Journey Emerson can score. Spencer Leonard's Power, 30. Another one that can score. Jesse Garcia of Townsend put up 30. Kate Erickson, who had 41, also had 26 over the weekend. Fisher Brown of Lewistown. My man, Fisher Brown's got the greatest hair. 32. Marlissa Ledgerwood of Ennis put up 31. Poplar's Joe Bear, 31. Rodrigo Tacano of Terry. Levi Fullerton of Arley and Hot Springs. Caitlin Christensen, all 30. And let's see, Brooke Badanovic, Badavinic of Butte Central put up 35 in a win over East Helena. Walker Doman, Winnett Grass Range, 32, had a nice dunk too. 31, Rhett Reynolds by Shelby, or from Shelby. Damon Grovant, 29. Dougie Peoples, 28. So just some high scores in there. Talked about the Cats and the Grizz. Both Bobcat men and women combined have won 12 straight. The Grizz men sitting at 8-2, also right there in the standings. And we mentioned the Cats, the Grizz, both at Weber this weekend. Weber and Idaho State on the docket Thursday and Saturday. So, there you go. All right, speaking of the Big Sky Conference, it's football. And I saw an article over the weekend from the Greeley Tribune, and it was talking about how nearly 30 Bears have entered the transfer portal this year. And it's not just because they're not playing. They're alleging communication issues, possible NCAA violations as far as financial aid, not much communication between coaches and administration to the players, apparently, and a whole lot more. And so I reached out, and joining us now to talk about it is the sports reporter that broke the story. Her name is Jadyn Watson-Fisher. She joins us now here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Well, I appreciate you joining us, Jaden. How is Colorado at this moment in time?
I mean, I think it's okay. It's definitely a buzz. We'll say that.
Yeah, definitely. So are you based in Greeley?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So take me through this story that you came out with over the weekend. There's a lot of bad stuff, it seems like, going on at the University of Northern Colorado with head coach Ed McCaffrey and, 20-some kids now entering the transfer portal.
Yeah, I mean, it started earlier in the season when parents and loved ones started reaching out to me. I kind of took everything with a grain of salt, just considering the situation of, they had COVID last year, and, so this season was their first real one, with Ed. Mm-hmm. But, I still kept that stuff in mind, right? I had heard that there were going to be a lot of transfers. Midway through the season or so, someone said maybe around 50% of the roster, once you included graduates, could be gone. I wasn't sure if that was going to be accurate, but I kept that in mind. And as guys started hitting the portal, I had one last week that just compared schools in the state and in the Big Sky. But after that published, and after I had included some of the concerns from loved ones, players started reaching out wanting to tell their stories. And so really, last week for me was just lots of conversations. And, I reached out to the university, hoping to get an interview or hoping to get, a document that kind of went through some of the allegations, some of the concerns. But unfortunately, that was not provided to me, and all I had were the statements that they gave.
Which is crazy, and a lot of these players on condition of anonymity, basically, and you change their name because it doesn't. They want to still play football, but right. I mean, this is amazing when you read this article, and it's a great article. But I think 28 kids you have leaving, a lot of different allegations, including potential NCAA violations with financial aid. What's the story there?
Yeah. So, Jaden, who's the athletic director, actually went on our local radio this morning for another show. It wasn't sports related. And he basically talked about how there are a lot of different steps when it comes to financial aid, whether increasing or reducing aid for whatever reason, right? Mm-hmm. And, he talks about their record keeping and all of this. But I don't think these players have any reason to lie. And when I talked to them, I didn't get a sense of just being salty, about playing time, about money. They were very nuanced and had their perspective was very mature and grown up. And I'm not saying the university is lying, but is there a chance that there was some miscommunication? Was there a chance that maybe they did try and notify the family and, the letter got lost in the mail or what have you? That is possible. And, just as a young person myself who, was in college not that long ago, you don't want this stuff to be real. Right. It's not good for the university. It's not good for the community. And it's not good for these kids who have staked their futures, on coming here, right?
Right.
So I don't know. And I really wish that I had been able to talk to someone in administration before this. But I'm hoping that there's still the possibility that maybe that can happen. Maybe we can talk through the process. Maybe they have copies of the letters. I don't know. And that's the hard part.
Right. We're talking with Jadyn Watson-Fisher, a sports reporter for the Greeley Tribune, who came out with a story over the weekend, some bad news in the Northern Colorado football program, it appears. And I should clarify, so FCS programs can have 63 scholarships. It can be a full scholarship. You can break it up to partial scholarships, a lot of different ways to spend that money on students. And that's just one of the allegations. But they're also alleging, bias and major communication problems. Like, apparently McCaffrey doesn't talk to players. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That was one of the biggest complaints, was that even when there were concerns, or even if they wanted just to chat about, improvements, they couldn't reach him. And, he is a Division I head coach, so, there is the argument that, they're going to be talking more to their position coaches, which, true, but at the same time, like, these players were saying most of the time they couldn't get in contact with their position coaches either.
Right.
Or it was very surface level. They alleged communication issues from top to bottom, really, minus a few people. So, and I have some screenshots of text going unanswered. So, I don't know, it's hard because to an extent, yes, a coach might not be super engaged with everyone, and that's normal. But they're saying it takes weeks to get a meeting, if it ever happens.
Right.
And that's just not a good look for anyone. And that's not how you want to run a program, right? You want your kids, your players to trust you and come to you.
Do you feel, I was a huge fan of Ernest Collins, who didn't win, unfortunately, but UNC is a tough place to win at, especially in football, especially in the Big Sky Conference. But when you look at, in your article at the GreeleyTribune.com, there was a lot of comparisons to Ed McCaffrey and Ernest Collins. And Ernest, he was a Bear. He knew Greeley. He knew Northern Colorado. And again, the wins weren't there, Jaden, but McCaffrey really had no head coaching experience other than, like little guy stuff. This is a guy that wasn't even an assistant at a big time school or a big time program.
Yeah. Well, and that was something that was a concern to the players. And I pointed that out. Like, it didn't matter if it had been his first D1 head coaching job. UNC has had success giving coaches that first job.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was, yes, he wasn't anywhere else. He wasn't head coach at a D2 or a JUCO, and he wasn't an assistant at a D1. And so they had a lot of concerns about that. And, players said that, that probably played a part. But at the same time, like, his sons have played in college either currently or recently. So, at some point you would think he would have at least a little bit more knowledge than, like, the average fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's a huge concern. And the ones that were with Ernest Collins, it was a stark comparison on how they talked about the program, right?
Right.
And they didn't say anything necessarily, like, demeaning toward Ed McCaffrey at all, but they liked the program that Ernest Collins ran better.
You know what else? And this really, really caught my eye was I think the kid's name was Thomas, the quote unquote Thomas and Justin, but they said no scouting reports, very limited film sessions, and meetings that lasted maybe less than 10 minutes with their position group the night before games. And And Thomas said, from a junior college, there was more preparation. There was more team meetings. There was a lot of other things going on. And another kid said, there's a lack of structure, communication, and respect for Big Sky opponents. And that's the reason that the Bears won 3 games last year.
Right. And one of them wasn't a league opponent.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just, and the crazy thing is, these aren't the only guys that are telling me this stuff. They're just the ones that went on the record. I have other people who said similar things. And, again, could there be misunderstanding? Could there be a little bit more nuance and context to the situation? Possibly. But I don't feel like these guys have a reason to lie, and the way they talked to me felt very genuine.
Right.
So, I think there's a lot of truth to some of this.
Well, and I should point out too, Jaden, that this isn't kids and parents saying, oh, my kid's not playing, we're going to go somewhere else. Some of these kids that are transferring are huge contributors, or were at UNC. Jace Bobo, Ben Raybon, Jaron Mitchell. These are kids that played a lot of football for Northern Colorado, and now they're leaving because of, they want accountability for themselves, but also with their coaches and teammates and the university, it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't think you can use the argument that these guys are just mad about playing time or about financial aid. I don't, maybe for some of them. But, yeah, when you look at Jace Bobo, or you look at or Gene Sledge, who legitimately was expected to be a star for this team, and, was one of the best running backs, if not the best, this season. I don't think you can use that argument. I feel like that argument takes away some of the responsibility that the university and the coaching staff, have in running a program, but when you have big players like that leaving, it really says to me that there's more going on,
Yep.
Even if there's miscommunication or whatever, there's at least some truth, right?
Yep. Yep. It's like getting drunk. The truth comes out then, right? I've been told.
Right.
I've been told. Jadyn Watson.
I just laughed a lot.
There you go. Jadyn Watson-Fisher joining us here. All right. So the school, you've reached out, no comment from the school, from the athletic department, and obviously they're not going to let Ed McCaffrey chat with you, I'm sure. So what's next in this saga down in Greeley?
Well, I'm really hoping that the university will change its mind. Let me talk to them, or give me at least some more information, because I reached out with allegations before this published. I gave them the opportunity to address every single major thing that was in there, and then some that we ended up not publishing just for the sake of, getting enough information. We just weren't comfortable with. There was some stuff we weren't comfortable with publishing just yet. We wanted some more. We wanted some more on it.
Sure.
But they have information on those things as well, right? So I'd like to be able to sit down and talk with them, and hear them out. I keep telling people, you don't want this to be true. I personally don't want it to be true. Just my personal feelings. I'd hate for it,
Sure.
for things to go down this way, right? So I'm hoping that maybe I can get some more information. Waiting to see if there's any other players or any other parents that are willing to talk. So who knows? At this point, it's just waiting to see who will get back to me, and I'll probably take a nap.
Well, maybe just watch out for broken clipboards flying into the stands. So
Oh my God! Yeah, no clipboard.
That was just down the road in Bozeman from where I'm at. So yeah, that was a big story for about a week up here. Oh, crazy.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it was a great article to read and really brought to attention what's going on in one of the Big Sky Conference schools and that we follow. And keep up the good work. I appreciate you joining us, and look forward to reading the follow-up. And if there's anything, let me know if you need to come back on. So I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see what happens.
That is Jadyn Watson-Fisher, a reporter for the Greeley Tribune, who broke the story of maybe some bad things going on at Northern Colorado with Ed McCaffrey, and it's not just kids upset about lack of playing time. It sounds like there might be some investigations going on down there. We'll keep you updated. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and when we do, we're going to talk basketball with Guy Almquist. The Bruins of Capital are on quite the roll. The only unbeaten team in the Double-A. And we'll talk to him next. I got a couple of big games, one on the road, one at home against a couple of Missoula schools, and Coach Almquist will join us. This segment of the Jason Walker Show is brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. I've told you about my daughter's bed, and yesterday was great because we took a nap and woke up to get ready to go to golf simulator league, and she's like, "Dad, this bed is awesome because it can fit two of us now." And my old one, you couldn't because we had a crib. She goes, "But this is great because all my animals are here." She gets her dog to sleep in bed with her, and then I get to take a nap with her, and it's a comfortable bed. And we got it at Ruckers Furniture, and it's it was great. They come in, they set it up. We didn't have to do anything. It was awesome. Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Guy Almquist, when we return. Hang on.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show, your auto contest performance of the week on the way. Also, the walk-off and much more on this day in history coming up as well. Got some big basketball games coming up this weekend on the high school front. Every game from here on out basically is big as we get nearer and nearer to the districts, divisionals, and state. We have wrestling this week. State wrestling coming up in, 3 weeks? State swim. Hey, congratulations to all the state winners' speech and debate held over the weekend as well. So. All right. But speaking of basketball, like I said, there are some big ones coming up, and that includes the Capital Boys, who look to stay unbeaten. And joining us now to talk about last week's 2 big wins, and this week is the head coach of the Bruins, Guy Almquist, the top-ranked Capital Bruins, joining us now here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, Coach, another successful week for the Bruins. You guys go 2-0 last week, and take me through it.
Yeah, great week. Any week we're 2-0, that's a good thing. And, it was nice to go on a road trip, actually, go to Butte. We hadn't had one for quite a while. We've had a lot of home cooking, and so that was nice to go to Butte and play a talented team there in the Civic Center, or playing a big court, which, will help us as we get to divisionals. And had a great performance, especially offensively, and we're glad to get back. And then Sentinel on Thursday was a real physical, rugged affair, I would call it. I wouldn't say we were at our best, at least from an offense standpoint, but we did a great job defensively and rebounding. Held them to 37, made the plays at the end, and again, moving forward, we've got those 2 games on film now, and lots more to learn from.
Tristan Mooney, Jacob Curry having nice games on Thursday as well, but that defense really showed up. I mean, you hold a really good team to 37 points. That says a lot about the AA and your defense.
Yeah, our goal is always to hold the other team under 50. We figure if we do that, we've got a good shot to win, and certainly to hold them to 37 in 3 quarters of under 10 points. That's doing a tremendous job, not just defensively, but in terms of cleaning up the glass after misses. So, again, you're going to have to do that. We had easily our worst shooting performance of the year, 35%. We're shooting almost 50 for the season. And, we had to kind of gut it out in a lot of ways so far. I'd say that might be our most important win of the year.
And it was nice, too, because, like I said, Tristan and Jacob, but also Nick McElottie, Hayden Opitz in double figures on that Thursday night win. And it's balance. I mean, it's not just one guy, and we've talked a lot about that the last couple of years with your team. But when you get balance like that, you're going to win a lot of basketball games.
It's crucial. It's crucial. Braden's obviously going to get a lot of attention, but we've got other guys, and it was just nice to see them realize that Braden maybe wasn't at his best, and we needed them to step up. And they took that initiative and played well. And those guys you mentioned made some really key plays. And like I said, at the end, the last 2-3 minutes, we controlled the action. Did a great job defensively, executed offensively, got to the foul line, made our shots, and got out of there with a really important win.
So let's see, you went on a Friday, Tuesday, Thursday stretch. Now you've got a week off between games. How different is that?
Well, I'll tell you, it's good. It's good. We gave them Friday off. We actually, as a team, went to a movie and got some pizza and just relaxed. Saturday and Sunday off, of course. I think being able to hit that reset button. It was kind of that time. We'd had a few games there, not much practice time, really. And so we're anxious to get back to practice. Some meaningful practice time here, especially on Monday and Tuesday this week, and try and get better. So you have to manage. You have to manage everyone's. Again, these kids aren't just playing basketball. They're dealing with their family lives. They've got school they're going to. There's a lot going on for young kids, and they need a as much of a mental break as anything. And so we were glad to get that and hopefully be refreshed today as we head into practice.
What movie did you guys go to?
We went to Scream, which wasn't necessarily my choice, but I don't usually choose those. So it was interesting, for sure. It was interesting. I'll just leave it at that. It seemed to have fun.
Was it close to the originals? Or did you see the original Scream?
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for those Scream lovers out there, but the original certainly came into play quite a bit, I would say.
Okay, all right. We're talking with Guy Almquist, Capital Boys basketball coach, Bruins' #1 team in the state, unbeaten on the season. Before we talk about this week's games, did you get that idea from when you played for Coach Turcotte? Like, hey, just give some time off. And if, you go to move, because Carson Cunningham used to do that too, is take his teams to museums or movies just to give them a mental break of basketball sometimes.
Yeah, I think, any coach that's been around at all understands the value of that. And I think the timing of it is crucial. And, we typically have a bowling day. Later on, we'll probably do that if it works out. And I just think that these kids is that mental break where they just you get together. We still spend time together, but it's just in a different setting. I just think it relaxes the team, and it's also an opportunity to, especially from a coach to athlete standpoint, get to know and build relationships outside of the gym. That's crucial to what we're doing. If you're asking them to do a lot of work for you, and if you've got a better relationship personally, that they're certainly going to do it easier. So I think it's crucial for a lot of reasons.
I completely agree. I think it's a great idea, and well done on that. Thursday, on the road, you guys go to Big Sky, a team we just saw a few weeks ago, and obviously beat at home. What do you expect different from the Eagles this time around on Thursday night?
I don't expect much different. Whatever they do against us seems to work pretty well. So it feels like when we play them like they've been in our practices all week typically. They play us well. They're a very physical basketball team. Not real big, but really compete well, I think, on the glass and defensively. And they've really shot it well against us in recent contests. So I think they'll come in confident. They'll probably love to have us in their building, and we've got to make a few adjustments from the first game ourselves, but really go in there focused and kind of let it rip a little bit.
Do you notice, is Capital struggling more with finesse teams or physical teams? Not that, you're not struggling. You guys are, undefeated, but which gives you more of an issue?
I think, I don't know if there's one way to play us. Again, I've talked about all year that I feel like we can win a number of different ways. Mm-hmm. We can win when it's just last week. We can win when it's 80-60, and we can win when it's 47-37. I think what's important for us is to be able to recognize the personality of the team. We talk a lot about personnel and personality. It's way more important than X's and O's. And we need to understand what we're about to face so we go in with the right mindset. And I'm not sure we did last time we played Big Sky, so I hope our mindset's a little bit better this time, and because I think we know how they're going to play against us. We just got to go down there and execute what we try to plan all week in practice.
And then you get Hellgate at home. Your team you haven't seen yet, you're going to see them again here in a couple of weeks, but this one's at home, and Hellgate, we know, like we talked about before it got canceled earlier this month, it's always a good game and always a good matchup with Coach Hayes.
Yeah, they're super talented. They're 8-2, 5-1 in our conference. We're sitting 1-2 right now. They're going to be very well drilled. They're not going to beat themselves. You're going to have to be very consistent over 4 quarters, play against them. And anyone you talked about how well they rebound the ball. So that's going to certainly be key for us as we go into that contest. But going to be a tough game. We know that, and we're looking forward to it.
It's your final home game too. Well, until Butte, I guess, at the end of February. But This is a nice stretch because you do, like you said, you have the week off now, but then you're going to play, I think, 4 or 5 games in the span of about 8 days, it appears, or 4 games in 7 days, coming up in about a week and a half. So enjoy this time off a little bit, I guess, right?
Yeah, no, I think those road games, that's going to be during the crucial part of the season, obviously. It's going to be a big test, but I think our guys we've played well on the road when we have played this year, and I'm hopeful we'll see more of that.
All right, I'm not going to ask you until the Super Bowl, till probably next week, but any early predictions?
I'm liking the Rams early. Early. I might work with the next football coach that told me the Bengals offensive line can't hold up to the Rams pass rush. So I'm feeling pretty good about that right now.
And of course, the Rams have Cooper Kupp, which doesn't hurt.
That's true. They've got a few guys out there that are fairly solid ball players.
Yeah, they are. Hey, Coach, enjoy the weekend of basketball. We'll talk to you next Monday. Good luck, and thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks, Jason. Always good to talk to you.
Guy Almquist joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home, it's your auto, it's your life, and Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena today or tomorrow. I think he's closed for the day now, but get a hold of him tomorrow. Oh, man. All right. Bruins, a couple of big ones. No doubt about that tomorrow, or Thursday and Saturday, as they look to stay undefeated. All right, Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. Got some other nominees. That includes your Cascade Conference Wrestler of the Week, and that is Peyton Hume of Providence, the 174-pounder from Kalispell. Had a couple of pins, won the 174 weight class at the Tyler Plummer Classic out at Dickinson. He posted his first fall in 234 and won the title with a pin in 224. He also had a 7-4 decision on the day, so he was 3-0 and got the big win. He also he came out of Mary after tearing an ACL, transferred to Providence, sat out to recover, and is starting to get into a groove. Steve Comack, the head coach, big supporter. And he's a great wrestling coach. Had a good interview with him last week, too. He's a lot of fun to talk with. Talked about Hayden Schroll, former Helena High product. So, Browning's Dakota Lewis, victorious at the PBR Velocity Tour Stop in Florida. So, a nice job there. Let's see. India Fly, wow. Averaged 34.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 4.5 steals. She's the Frontier Conference Urk Hotels Women's Basketball Player of the Week. Rocky went 1-1. They beat Carroll 59-45 and then lost to Western in overtime. Shamrock Campbell of Carroll, the Men's Player of the Week, after he helped lead the Saints to a couple of wins at Rocky and over Providence at home. 25 points, average, 3.5 rebounds per game, 18 of 28 from the field, went 9 of 13 from the three-point line. His 30 points against Providence, a career high. Let's see. Ian Barville of Tech, Rico Pryor of Providence, the indoor field student athletes of the week, track athletes as well. Barville from Washington is the track athlete of the week at the Stacy Dragilla Open at Idaho State. He was 6 out of 32 in the men's 800, top Ncaa runner. Pryor, the field athlete of the week, also at Idaho State, finished 5th in the weight throw with a Ncaa qualifying B standard of 16.48 meters. Was also 11th out of 20 in the shot put. Let's see. Montana Tech's Becca Rickman, the indoor track athlete of the week, finished 1st out of 31 in the women's mile, qualifying for nationals, 4:54.89. Her winning time is the fastest in the Ncaa this year by over 6 seconds so far. She's pretty good. There's no question about that. Let's see here. All right. Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. Let's go with Shamrock. Saints had a tough loss at Tech in which they didn't play well. And Shamrock Campbell coming back, the senior from Spokane, helping the Saints get a couple of big wins last week, averaging 25 points. We mentioned he had a 9 of 13 effort from the three-point line and also a career-high 30 points on Saturday. And he will be our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week for this week. Speaking of performances, Auto Concepts is your auto enhancement performance experts. They will do everything to get your vehicle up to shape, tip-top, looking good, get it detailed, get it cleaned. Just make sure you take care of it at Auto Concepts. Oh, the little one's home. Hi, we're still on the air, Sweet Pea. How was school? It's me. I'm talking to me and you. You want to see? Okay. See, there you are, right there. Okay. So get a hold of Auto Concepts. They are your auto enhancement professionals. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Mom! Love you. Oh, kids are the greatest, aren't they? Oh, man, oh, man. All right, let's do On This Day in History. It's brought to you by Pinkerton Leather Company, a combat veteran-owned company out of Wyoming. Casey Pinkerton, a Montanan, and makes everything in America with American leather, from wallets, purses, saddles, everything in between. Anything leather, he'll get it done, and it's built to last. Check him out on Facebook, Pinkerton Co., also pinkertonleather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10 for a 10% discount on all products. Today is January the 31st. The final day of the month of January is Bubble Wrap Day, Inspire Your Heart with Art Day, National Backward Day, and National Hot Chocolate Day. On this date in 1920, Quebec Bulldog center Joe Malone sets an NHL record with 7 goals in a win over the Toronto St. Patrick's. 1924, Irma Szabo of Austria wins the ladies figure skating gold medal in France at the Winter Olympics, and was the only women's event at the games that year. 1941, 13th title defense Joe Louis knocked out Red Berman in the 5th round. 1948, an unprecedented 3-way tie for the silver medal at the St. Moritz Winter Olympics 500-meter speed skating event. Americans Robert Fitzgerald and Ken Bartholomew, along with Norway's Thomas Byberg, went 43.2 seconds. Norway's Finn Helgesen wins gold in 43.1. Can you imagine how close that race was? I wonder if there's any video of that. That'd be awesome to watch. 1966, Australian Open, Margaret Smith wins her 7th consecutive title. Also in 66, Roy Emerson won his 4th straight Aussie Open. 1988, Super Bowl 22 at the Jack at the Murph in San Diego. Washington Redskins hammered the Broncos 42-10. 1993, Super Bowl 27. Dallas Cowboys beat the Buffalo Bills 52-17. 1999, Super Bowl 33. Denver Broncos beat Atlanta 34-19. It was John Elway's final game. In 2000 on this date, a fight between Ray Lewis and his companions, along with another group of people, results in the stabbing deaths of 2 people. Lewis was indicted 11 days later on murder and aggravated assault charges. He's in the NFL Hall of Fame. 1914, happy birthday, Jersey Joe Walcott, the heavyweight boxing champ from 1951 to 52. It is Jackie Robinson's birthday today. We all know the Jack. 1919 he was born. 1930, man, it's a good day for baseball. Jackie Robinson, 1919. How about 1931? Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub, was born on this date. And on this date in 1947, Nolan Ryan was born. No-hitter, 7 of them. That'll never be touched. Strikeouts, 57-14. That'll never be touched. He was born on this date in 1947. On this day in history, brought to you by Pinkerton and Company, combat veteran-owned and operated company building great American leather products right here in America. Check them out at pinkertonleather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10 for a 10% discount on all products. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. It's a good time to stop in. Tomorrow night, dinner. Think about that. Or lunch tomorrow even. Maybe you and I should meet for lunch. How would that be? That'd be awesome. Cafe Zydeco, the best Cajun this side of New Orleans, seriously. Let's see, what did we miss today? I don't think we missed a whole lot. The truckers doing a really nice job up there in Canada. And, let's see here. What else did we want to hit on? I think that was about it. Oh, exactly 34 years ago today, Winnie Cooper debuted. That TV show that she was in. What the heck was it called? Danica McKellar was in it. The Wonder Years. That debuted 34 years ago today. Crazy. And America's love affair with Winnie Cooper was born. Right? Man. That was, yeah. Let's see. What else did we want to hit on? I think that was about it. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a fun show today. We did. Thanks to Guy Almquist for joining us. Jadyn Watson-Fisher. Tomorrow, Katie Garson-Forba set to join us. And much more as we continue rolling along on the best sportscast podcast in the state of Montana for sports, for Montana, right? We appreciate it. We think so. Thanks to all of our great sponsors. Thanks to everybody for listening. We'll do it again tomorrow. If you missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. And stay positive. And if you're a business owner, don't alienate half of your audience by saying you don't want their money. That happened, too, over the weekend here in Helena. All right, Katie Garson-Forba tomorrow, Jason Walker Show. We will see you then. 4 o'clock. Have a great Monday.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.